Alright.
I'm back, guys. The ginger you love to hate. We're here with Mike Gilbert and Dane Burman.
Yes.
Take one.
Not Canadian sensation.
Let's just talk about, you just released a film, right? Let's talk about that a little bit. The Fallen Road Travel. How was that?
It was good. It was hectic, but it was good. Like, I mean,
He's asking you, not me.
he's asking
You're
You're a huge part in it. I've talked about it enough. Let's hear your perspective on it.
It was a good video. I enjoyed the video. Mike did a good job. I enjoyed going skating in different countries with my friends.
I saw the video also, obviously. The guy that pulls the machete, is it a machete? Is it a sword?
It was like a full sword.
It's just a ghetto samurai sword that he like pulls out of the sheath. It's all rusty and shit. Like,
Can you explain the situation? So you guys were at the spot and this guy just walks up and pulls out a sword? Like,
Yeah, I guess that's just his go-to kick out was the sword.
okay.
we didn't really know what was going on because Dane was like, "Hey, I want to try and skate this thing on the side." So we would like, Dane and I go over there and we're just filming. But next thing we know, the dude's down there and I'm just filming like, whatever. This dude's coming up and kicking him out, and then it's like you just see the dude like tink tink, and I'm like, that's a fucking sword. And Dane's kind of like, what the hell? And the dude they just start vibing him out like super gnarly. It turns into kind of a shit show where then Levi pops in and is just like, nah, fuck that, like, gets in the mix, and the dude's trying to taunt Levi to fight him and all this stuff. But what ended up happening is like somebody else there like filmed like a YouTube clip, put it on like their Thailand YouTube, and then I guess those dudes ended up having to make like a national apology because people were bummed how they treated us visitors to their country. Yeah, like I have like a clip, but it just didn't really work in the video. But I have like the whole like news broadcast and everything where they're like talking about it, and it's like,
That's crazy.
that would never happen in the States. Like a bunch of like skateboarders like being basically like hassled, and you have to make a national apology because you vibe these dudes out. Like,
That's
what the fuck?
That's
Like,
crazy, yeah.
When we were in Turkey,
scary.
we played it really calm though, because there'd be at times you're
yeah,
walking
it was
around
sketchy.
and people would be all, fuck the USA. Like, and you're just all, oh fuck. Like,
Whoa.
people would be, I bought a hot dog and the dude's all, are you from the USA? I'm all, oh, what do I say? And then he's all, fuck the USA, handing me a hot dog. You're like,
Canada,
oh,
and I Canada.
You're like, I don't want to eat this thing. I want to hate dog.
Yeah, exactly. But
I want this.
I just say I'm Canadian across the board.
Well, that's what you do. That's the late night taxi ride. You're like, no, I'm
Yeah.
Canada, bro. Oh, okay.
But do you watch the show The Amazing Race?
That's good advice.
You watch the show The Amazing Race, and it has teams of Americans running through these people's country, screaming at people like taxi drivers, take us here now, we're in a race. Like, shut the fuck up. This is what if you did that to a taxi?
Is it not for just for TV? Is it
No, those are
legitimate?
real taxi drivers and real flight attendants and stuff like that they're screaming at.
How real are we talking here? I don't know if I believe any television.
As real as everything you got going over there. Erica.
Oh my god. Ridiculous. Have you ever had like a gun pulled on you? Is a sword the most dangerous thing?
Fuck.
You've had guns several times?
Dude,
That
it goes
sounds-
back to what we were
Jamie
in
in Mexico.
JV in Mexico,
Dude,
Jamie
Mexico
in Japan.
City, like that's dude. You can attest it. He's the gnarliest dude, most like driven, like rah, going skate. Like it's gonna happen. You put him to a challenge, don't challenge him. Like basically, it's like he's gonna keep going. We're at a spot, dude's hanging out there, like just kind of lurking, and keeps bumming cigarettes for me. Another dude just keeps bumming. Finally, I was like, dude, you're cut off. Like you've cashed out like half my pack. You're done. And then he gets upset and he's just like, this is mi barrio. And he starts freaking out, and we're just like, get the fuck
Do you know
out
what
of
that
here,
means?
man.
You want me to translate that for you?
I mean, I would take it as like, it's my hood. Like, I'm running this block type of shit,
Just
right?
to know how much
Yeah.
Spanish you know.
He's very ethnic.
But
His last
so-
name might be Gilbert.
So,
very ethnic.
yeah, so the dude jams out all pissed off, and somehow I think one of the dudes goes around the corner, and they're like, holy shit, come running back, and they're like, dude, homie's coming back with a gun. And we're all like, what? Look, and he's walking down the street with a fucking pistol, just like walking back to the spot. And I'm like, fuck this. Joey and I are like jamming, trying to get all of our shit together. Jamie just takes off running, grabs a cop that's like, somehow he knew there was a traffic cop over on the corner, grabs the cop. The cop's like, and him and the traffic cop take off running towards the dude with the gun. The traffic cop's just like gun out running, and Jamie's just running behind the dude. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's
bro?
amazing.
And we sat there.
Going towards the danger.
Yeah, going towards the danger, and we sat there and he filmed the back lip that was in his Ride the Sky part. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh fuck, I can't believe I'm still here, like filming this dude. And he sat there and did his trick and got his trick, and then we dipped. And I'm just like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah,
Which leads us to, like,
danger.
why were you wearing gloves at the time? Why do you wear gloves when you film?
Fuck, here we go.
No, I'm just wondering why you wear gloves when you film.
I used to wear gloves a lot when I was filming because I was partying pretty hard at that time. And Jamie made a couple comments like, hey bro, kind of got a little shivery after that trick. And so I started wearing these gloves. It'd be 100 degrees out and I'd be wearing these gloves.
What was your theory behind it?
The little cushion between my hand and the camera cut down on the shaking just enough so that it like, he's like cracking up. Basically, I was like a fucking alcoholic at the time. Like, you'd be like getting beer shakes at the end of it, like you're like trying to stop on a dime and you're like, oh, with that little bit of like glove support.
Have you ever tried socks that do the same thing to sturdy your feet on a board?
I mean, I wear socks every time I go skating.
There you go. Does it work? You might be
must.
onto something though.
It
Do you,
must.
Hey, it worked for me. I noticed the difference, though.
do you guys do social media?
Yep.
You do? Which ones do you have?
Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and stuff, I guess.
Twitter and stuff. Do you do a thing called Tinder at all?
I have done.
What is like for the people who don't? Do you use Tinder, Erica? I thought I saw you on
Of
it.
course not.
Do you know what it is?
She's on it.
Yeah, it's a dating app. I'm not on it.
Once you never signed up once. Drunk at a bar.
No, check
double
my-
dog dare.
Purchased apps or whatever. Never happened.
You can clear history on those, you know.
You would know. I wouldn't.
So anyway, so you had Tinder for a little bit or no?
Yeah, I have.
You did. So how did that go? Did it turn out?
I got it originally because you just do it driving town to town in the van, and you drive in a van for like 6-7 hours straight, and it's boring as hell. And it's funny just to mash through liking every single person, seeing who you match with, and having conversations with whoever.
Did anything turn out okay on the up and up?
I mean, I've hung out with people.
What was your favorite one of the
Don't
people
try and
that you hung out
downplay
with?
it.
Was there a Mrs. Gangbang that you may have or may have not?
Gangbang chick.
The gangbang chick. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, you forget about shit and then it starts coming up.
God damn, I forgot about the gangbang chick.
When was her? When was
Wait,
her?
was
name?
her last name gangbang or was it her first?
It was Susie Gangbang.
Susie gangbang.
All right, so we matched with some chick on Tinder, and I just got her number and was like, she was not a good-looking girl at all, and her like little about me section was pretty ridiculous. I think it was like, I like watching football and smoking bongs and drinking beers or something.
Everything you're into.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, this chick's a keeper for sure.
We're a match so far, Erica.
So anyway, I hit her up
like Tinder.
and got a number, and I was like, so what's gonna make me want to hang out with you? I wrote something like that to her. And then the first thing she sends back is just photos of her just like spreading her vag, like just going for it.
Oh
so
my
I was like,
God.
holy crap, this is like too fucking...
It's pretty much the best app.
It's too good to like just keep to myself. So I started a group text with her number, and I had Aunt Travis and Carl Frederick and...
We're naming first and last names
Did they
here.
give you their numbers on it?
Yeah, and anyway, so I started the group text with everyone that stays in our room at Black Box. And I was like, what did I write? Like, oh, here for the gangbang, what's up, Sarah? Like, whatever. And then she just starts doing the same shit, like sending nudes in this group text to everyone. She had no idea who any of these other numbers were or who she was talking to. Anyway, we convinced her that it would be a good idea to come around for this gangbang. And
so you guys are all cool. Everyone's on the same page, up and up. Everyone's
yeah, we're all like
yeah.
having a good laugh. Like,
Okay.
yeah, Sarah, come around for the gangbang. It's gonna be funny. Anyway, about a week later, I was going up to LA and I wasn't gonna be at Black Box, so I texted her and I was like, hey, you should come around tonight. Because she'd show up and just show up to the room with everyone else except for me in the room, and I thought it'd be hilarious. I go up to LA and I'm up there for a little while, come back at like 2 a.m. And I come in and open the door and she's there in the fucking room and all these guys are just sitting in their beds like freaking out like, holy crap, this fucking girl showed up here, this is ridiculous. And I was just
Oh my God.
and I'd completely forgotten that I even told her to come around, and I walked in and see her there and I was like, holy shit. And I just like walked past her, pretended she wasn't there, got into my bed and I pulled my sheet down over my bed and just like rolled over, and the next thing she like jumped in my bed and her hand was like just straight down my pants, and I was like, holy fuck, she's in here now, like whatever.
She's in there.
And yeah, she started going for it, and then when it was over,
Yeah, I was like, are you gonna give us play-by-play?
5 minutes later.
Yeah, fast forward. Yeah, 30
We don't
seconds.
need to hear everything.
30 seconds later, I'm like facing the wall, like trying to be asleep, and she's like
Crying.
shaking me, like shoving me, like, hey, and I'm just like pretending as
This is
good
like
as I
a
could to be
nightmare.
asleep, and then she just got up and left, and that was
In Road Less Traveled, you guys see him where he's talking. Like, he's talking in that room. There's like a bunch of bunk beds around. That's where she showed up to and just hung out, like,
ready
forever.
for
Like,
the
ready
game.
forever.
That's
There's
like-
just little sheets being pulled down, like, oh, we're not here.
How
Like,
much of a
dudes are
letdown
all
is it?
in the room.
The
like,
poor lady just trying to get her freaky.
Rocks off, yeah.
Yeah, and you guys just poon tease her to death. She's expecting
nah, he hooked her up.
4 sweaty
30 seconds
skate park
of
laced,
30 seconds in
face
heaven.
night burned, bad tattoo having men,
Dude, I think
and
I
instead
have the
she gets
text
a
somewhere. Dude.
backside hand job.
backside.
Poor lady.
Okay, great.
In America, we don't really know how much, like the Australian culture, how it really translates. We don't, some things we get and we understand, but some things we don't. Is Jake Duncombe like considered an attractive person out there?
I don't
Just
think
set
so.
you up for
No.
disaster right now.
Then why did you have sex with the girl version of Jake Duncombe?
Oh yeah, that's Sarah Gangbang.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
So we could just,
right? Yeah.
we could just put some lipstick on Jake.
There we go.
That's Sarah Gangbang.
Segue into that photo for me,
Did
please.
she smell like Jaeger? Also,
Wow.
So how did the 2 girlfriends you had at the same time find out about each other?
I don't know how they found out of each other because one lived in Melbourne and one lived in Sydney, which are like, I don't know if you know how far apart that is, but that's really damn far. And neither of them were actually my girlfriends either. They were just like, I flew to Melbourne and I hung out with one chick for a weekend while I was down there skating. And then I had been like kind of hanging out with a chick in Sydney before I went down there. And then the one from Melbourne like wanted more to happen, so she started like stalking all my shit and was like, who's this chick you hung out with in Sydney before me? And I was like, she's just a friend. And then I guess she found her on Facebook, flew to Sydney, went and met up with her. And then the day she got to Sydney, I flew to the States to come out here skating. And the 2 girls got together, went to my house in Sydney, asked my grandparents if they could come in to get something that one of them had left in my room, went into my room, trashed my room, and then sent me a photo of them sitting together on my bed in my room over Facebook. I was like in my bunk bed in the States, and one of them was like, can I send you a photo? And I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good, like good photos. Wasn't a good photo.
So if someone
Okay.
punched you in the dick at a party, some kind of female hit you in the dick, would that be embarrassing?
No, I mean,
No?
maybe at the time, but like, it's been told enough, and I don't know.
It has a weird. Did
what
you hear
happened? I haven't heard this story.
shit.
Sounds good.
My wife will be bummed on it, but she's heard it, and she's like, that's what you get. But I'm basically at some party with Billy, and
it? Billy
Marks.
Marks. Yes, check.
Whatever, there's just some party, like, I'm kind of jamming around, and I'm like, it's a weird scene, I'm not really clicking with everybody, and I walk by the staircase, and there's this chick that's like at the top of the stairs, and she's like, looks down at me, and she's like, come up here. I'm like, what? Go
First
up.
thoughts, attractive, or were you into it, or?
Yeah, I was into it.
There you go.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Continue.
So I jam up there, and she just like yanks me in, like into the bedroom, and just start going for it, like, just going for it, like movie style. Like all of a sudden they're just getting down, like tearing clothes off, and she's down.
At any point did you say, this is the new fallen tee, please don't rip the V-neck?
No, there was no
Nope.
V-neck.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
we didn't. I'm like, wait, I didn't
When
correct
she was
myself
taking
right
off
there. I
his
was like,
gloves, he said, "These
yeah.
are my new gloves."
Oh, hold on, these are the hammer gloves.
I
baby.
can't-
Hey, I can't be missing one. I need both.
I can't
Yeah.
feel
Put
this
'em
on my
there.
supple breast. Please take off the knitted gloves.
Hey, all right, so she's doing her thing, like I'm butt ass naked. She's still clothed somehow, and I'm butt ass naked.
Oh, so when you say clothes are flying everywhere, you're
My
like this.
clothes are flying.
Boom.
My clothes are flying
Boom.
from her crazy ass. So she just got all like dominatrix style, trying to like push me around and shit.
Whoa.
I'm on the bed, and out of nowhere, it's just like, whoa, pow, just full on, like, she wound up and just socked me in the nuts, and I'm just all, like, devastated. So you're hyped you were hyped, and then you're no longer hyped, and you're just like, holy fuck, oh, I'm like, what the fuck did you do that for? Like, oh, bitch, you're crazy, like, and she's just trying to like fight me, like I'm trying to be like, no, and she's trying to fight me, and then just goes back to doing her thing, and I'm like, oh, all right. right, John. I'm like, don't be doing that shit again. And seriously, just as it's like, all right, all the pain's going away, just whoop-pow again. And
Okay, this is like torture. What? Why?
no shit, you're telling me.
Yeah,
like,
this sounds
it's torture.
awful.
Yeah.
So
I'm like,
guys are dumb enough to let it happen twice, huh?
I am obviously like, and so I'm like,
You and
fuck
everyone
that. Dude, it wasn't like a little like
It sounds.
tap.
Yeah.
It's like she's fucking laying into it, like trying to go through the nut. Like,
Yeah, she put her body behind it.
and so I'm like, get off, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm trying to like put clothes on, and she's just starting to fucking wail on me, and I'm like, oh, and then I hear somebody like tunk, 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 knocking on the door. I'm in Billy's bedroom, by the way, like his like master bedroom shit. And I hear Turner, what are you doing in there? I'm like, Billy, get the fuck in. And so I just open the door, I'm just butt-ass naked, and I'm like, this bitch is crazy. And he just like grabs her and yanks her out, and I'm just like trying to put clothes on still, just fat guy, naked, whatever, like, and he drags her downstairs and pushes her outside, and she sits on the porch all night.
So do you keep in touch with her?
Fuck no. No.
Why? What?
No, I don't keep in touch with her. Like, it was cut off. A week after that, it was cut off.
Oh, wait.
And that's the end of it.
Seriously? This is the most sexual episode we've ever had. Thank you, Lee.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Holy fuck! Like, we thought we were gonna light the neighborhood on fire, dude.
And my goldfish, everyone makes fun of me, but they're not bummed when I hand them a Pop-Tart or a fruit roll-up, so